Hello and welcome to English with Adil. If you're new to the channel, my name is Adil and I'm the teacher of English with Adil. So this is the first of a 3-lesson series on English idioms and their meaning. The reason I've chosen to give you 3 lessons about English idioms and their meaning, English idioms, I believe, are one of the most important parts of English language. They're not only one of the most important parts of English language, they are arguably one of the hardest to learn. So in my opinion, there is enough reason for you to learn English idioms and their meaning. Learning English idioms will greatly improve your English language skills. Using idioms properly will make your speaking skills more fluent and natural. Your reading and writing skills will greatly improve if you know how to use and understand English idioms. So without taking your time, let's start with the lesson. So what are English idioms? I believe all of you have some sense of English idioms. English idioms are a combination of 2 or more words with a fixed meaning. A combination of 2 or more words with a fixed meaning. The meaning of an idiom is often different from the meaning of individual words. Therefore, the meaning of an idiom can be difficult to understand if you do not have adequate preparation for it. So let's see some examples. Khalid takes a shine to his English teacher. So takes a shine to in this sentence is an idiom which means like. So in this case, Khalid likes his English teacher. Khalid takes a shine to his English teacher. Khalid likes his English teacher. I put my foot in it when I asked Javed about his marriage. I put my foot in it when I asked Javed about his marriage. To put your foot in something means to say something accidentally which embarrasses someone. So here in this example, I embarrassed Javed by accidentally asking about his marriage. I put my foot in it when I asked Javed about his marriage. Samad has been as quiet as a mouse all day. So this is, I think, very easy to guess. Samad has been as quiet as a mouse all day means Samad has been very quiet all day. To be as quiet as a mouse means to be very quiet. Salal and Zubair don't see eye to eye. Salal and Zubair don't see eye to eye. To see eye to eye means to agree, to have the same mindset, to have the same thinking about something. So here Salal and Zubair don't agree with each other. They don't see eye to eye. Ali had a terrible accident, but thank God he is safe and sound. To be safe and sound means to be safe, to be unhurt. So Ali had a terrible accident, but thankfully he is safe and sound, he is unhurt. What are idioms used for? Idioms are used for all sorts of situations. For example, idioms are used for emphasis, to emphasize upon something. For example, the singers, if I say the singer's second album sank like a stone, the singer's second album sank like a stone. To sink like a stone means to fail completely. So here I'm basically emphasizing that unlike the first album of the singer, the second album sank like a stone. Idioms are also used to comment on people. For example, Khalid has gone up in the world. To go up in the world means to get better, to get a better social position. So Khalid has gone up in the world, Khalid has gained a better social position. Idioms are used to comment on a situation. For example, Zubair wants to knock his English into shape. To knock something into shape means to improve it, to make it better, to make it more organized. So in this sentence, Zubair wants to improve his English, to make it better. So Zubair wants to knock his English into shape. Idioms are also used to make a story more interesting. For example, If I say last year I saw a series of disasters, it was a sort of domino effect. Domino effect means that one thing causes a series of other things. So in this example, one disaster caused a series of other disasters. So last year was sort of domino effect for me in terms of experiencing disasters. Okay, so idioms are also used to catch the reader's attention. For example, idioms with strong images are particularly used in newspaper headlines and advertising and the names of small businesses to create a special effect to catch the reader's or the seer's attention. I think the most important part of learning idioms is to know what they mean and how they mean. Knowing idioms can be a lot easier if you know where they have come from and how they are constructed. Many idioms are made from metaphors, many idioms are made from pure common sense, or at least they can be understood just by pure common sense. Many idioms are made from ancient stories and myths. So let's see how metaphors work in English idioms. If you do not know what's a metaphor is a comparison of a person, an object, or a situation with something else with similar characteristics. For example, in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Romeo says, "Juliet is my son." Juliet is my son, S-U-N, son. So what Romeo is doing here, Romeo is basically comparing Juliet with sun by suggesting that she is the most important force in his life, which brings him light and warmth. So let's see some examples of metaphors in English idioms. In English idioms, work is often compared with war. For example, companies launch marketing campaigns. To launch a campaign is related to wars, to battles, but it's also used in business. So companies launch marketing campaigns, and companies can also join forces with. To join forces with is also relevant for wars, for battles, but companies can also join forces with. If business people say that a situation is a minefield is also related to wars. So it can also be used in business situations. So if a situation is a minefield, it means it is potentially dangerous for the business. And if an employee gets his marching orders, to get one's marching orders means to lose his or her job. So marching orders also, marching is also used for armies, progressing, moving forward, to march, to progress, to move forward. But if an employee gets his marching orders, it means he's ordered to move forward. To move forward means to go away, which basically means to lose his or her job. You see all of these idioms: launch a campaign, join forces with, be a minefield, get one's marching orders, suggest wars and battles and armies, but they can be used in workplace and in business and in metaphorical sense. In English idioms, understanding is often compared with seeing. For example, if you see the point or see the light, it means you suddenly understand something. And if someone sees the joke, it means they understand the joke. And if you have a seeing sense or a seeing reason, it means you are a sensible or a reasonable person. In English idioms, emotions are often compared with colors. For example, red color can suggest anger. If someone sees red, it means they are very angry. Black color is often used for unpleasantness, for dislike. A black day is an unpleasant day. And if you get a black mark for something, it means you have done something unpleasant. And if you mark your Facebook profile black, it means something unpleasant has happened. Okay, so in English idioms, life is often compared with a journey. For example, if you are at a crossroads, it means you are at a stage in your life where you need to make important decisions for yourself. If you are going nowhere or getting nowhere, it means you are not progressing in your life. If you are into uncharted territory or uncharted waters, it means you are doing something which is unknown to you. You are in unknown realms of experience. Idioms based on common sense. So many idioms can be understood just by common sense. If you see an idiom like as quiet as a mouse, you should already know that it means quiet or very quiet. And if you make a mountain out of a molehill, it means you make something small seem very big. If you make a small problem seem a very big problem for you, you're basically making a mountain out of a molehill. And if you see just the tip of the iceberg, it means you are seeing a small part of something very big. And if you have bought something for yourself, you have paid it out of your own pocket. If you paid something out of your own pocket, it means you have bought it by yourself. You have paid it by yourself. And if you are at a loss for words, it means you do not know what to say and you do not have enough words to say something. Okay, idioms are based on ancient stories and myths. Many idioms in English are based on ancient stories and myths, particularly from the Roman and Greek mythology, Roman and Greek history. For example, if you say that something is your Achilles heel, it means that's your only weak point. Achilles was an ancient hero who could only be killed or wounded on his heel, so his heel was his only weak point. The Midas touch, this idiom has come from King Midas of Greece. Whatever King Midas touched became gold. So if you have a Midas touch, it means you make everything profitable. This is basically used for business. If you have a Midas touch, you make everything profitable. You make a lot of money, a lot of profits. The Pandora's box. So Pandora, according to a Greek myth, carried a box in which there was all the evil of the world. When she opened the box, evil escaped into the world. So this idiom means that if something is your Pandora's box, it means it's the source of all of your worries and miseries and troubles. Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory means a victory which has come at a great cost. It refers to King Pyrrhus, who won against the Romans in war, but many of his own people died during the course of the war. So his victory was in fact Pyrrhic victory because it has come at a great cost. It has come at a great loss of his own people. Okay, at the end of today's lesson, I'll be reading all the idioms we have learned today. See if you can remember them. If you do not remember them, watch the lecture again and try to write them down on a piece of paper and use them in your words. So let's see what we have learned today. The first idiom was take a shine to. Take a shine to means to like something or somebody. Put one's foot in something. Put one's foot in something. Try to remember what this means. Put one's foot in something. As quiet as a mouse. You can easily remember this. As quiet as a mouse. See eye to eye. Safe and sound. Safe and sound. Sink like a stone. To go up in the world. Knock into shape. Domino effect. Think what's domino effect. Launch a campaign. Join forces with. Be a minefield. Get one's marching orders. Get one's marching orders. If you have ever lost a job or something, so think about this idiom. Get one's marching orders. See the point. See the light. See the joke. Seeing sense or seeing reason. See red. A black day. A black mark. At a crossroads. At a crossroads. To go nowhere, get nowhere. Uncharted territory, uncharted waters. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. Out of one's own pocket. Remember, you cannot say out of one's own wallet, right? If you paid it from your wallet, that's fine, but you cannot say that you've paid it out of your own wallet. It's only out of your own pocket. Okay, at a loss for words. Achilles heel. The Midas touch. The Midas touch. If you've ever benefited from a business venture or something like that, think about this. The Midas touch, the Pandora's box. And the last idiom was, what's the last idiom? If you can you remember it? It was the Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory, a victory which has come at a great cost. So thank you very much for bearing with me that long, and I hope that today's lesson was of some benefit to you. The next lesson will be about the types of idioms. So if you like today's lesson, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you receive the lesson when it's on its way. Okay, so thank you very much, and thanks a lot, and see you next time.